The straight bar conventional deadlift is going to be a very advanced version of our deadlift. It's not commonly programmed because it does require a tremendous amount of mobility and core control, but if you are somebody who does want to eventually compete in powerlifting, or if your gym doesn't have kettlebells and hex bars to work with, we're stuck with the straight bar. So here's how we're going to get it done. We're going to talk a little bit more about the setup and the position when using the straight bar. We've already talked about how we want to find a stance with our feet somewhere between our hips and our shoulders. We should have an idea at this point what angle we like on our toes so we can keep the big toe, pinky toe, and heel firm to the ground throughout the motion. Now when I set it up, I'm going to leave about an inch or two between my shin and the bar. Okay? It's positioned over my laces. It is not touching my shin. That's going to allow some space as I push my butt back for my knee to soften and travel forward over the bar when I get down to my position. Okay? I'm going to turn to the side. Hopefully my bar stays where it needs to be. Oh. It's going to roll to me, but that's just the floor. As I push that butt back, my knees have to travel slightly forward with my position in order to get down to the bar. Now if you have mobility restrictions that don't allow you to maintain that flat back and that core control at the bottom, use blocks to elevate the bar to you. Assuming you can get down there, my hips are going to create a V between my thighs and my torso. Now how much angle we want is going to be determined by what your body looks like. We already talked about the bar position over the instep, so the second cue we're going to look for is the back of the armpit should line up directly over the bar. If I sit my butt too low and I get behind the bar, that's going to make it pretty much impossible for me to stand up, and you're going to see yourself shoot your butt to the sky before pulling. Vice versa, if you let that bar stay too far in front of you, you're going to take away from all the muscles working together to create a strong lift, and you're more likely to put trauma into your back and create some discomfort. Get that bar set. In an ideal position, my belly is braced, I push my butt back, allowing my knees to soften. My hands are gripped outside my legs, and an overhand grip. As I tighten those lats by pushing those shoulders down towards the hips, my position should be back of the armpit stacked over the bar, bar stacked over the instep. I'm going to imagine pushing the ground away, and that bar stays tight to the body throughout the motion. On the way down, we're going to push that butt back and get those knees out of the way of the bar, make full contact with the ground, take a second to retighten and adjust, and push through. As you go heavier and heavier, if you need to, it's perfectly acceptable to use what we call an overhand grip, in which you act like you're trying to wring out a towel. One hand going over, one hand going under, whichever feels more comfortable, and turning those hands into the bar, create a much stronger grip. Stick with the double overhand as much as possible, but then when grip really becomes the limiting factor, switch your grip and keep on rocking.